Greetings. So now we're going to be extending our design and adding a comments block. So this is done pretty simply. I've made the post a little shorter, as you can see at the top here. And down below, I've placed a new boundary layer that has the comments hint on it. So you can see that there. Now, once again, the comments hint is like a column, and the comments layer itself is not going to be visible normally on the final page, so we won't see the little blue box on the page. And inside, everything inside the boundary of the comments will be like posts repeated over and over for every comment that there exists on the post. So we'll see this comments block repeated depending on the number of posts we've got. Inside the boundary of this comments block is just some simple layers. There's a little light bulb graphic there that will have accompany each idea that someone posts. And then we've broken this up into a couple different blog data layers, and this should be all pretty straightforward. You can see that we're now using different identifiers. These identifiers begin with comment. So we have the comment name, comment date, comment content, comment reply link for replying to an individual comment. And there are yet more identifiers, and you can see them in the documentation. So pretty straightforward if you're familiar with what we've done with the posts. Now, when this page is built, it looks like this. Now, when we first see this page, we only see the page with the posts. We're in multi-post view, and so the page doesn't really appear any different than it did before. You'll only see the comments once you go into a page, into one of the posts. Then you'll see the comments down below, and so you can now see that the comments are all listed out here, and they have the little reply link and the little light bulbs and so on and so forth. So everything is looking pretty much as we expect, and SiteGrinder has provided some default comment stuff for you. Now, comments, I'm going to load up some design manager stuff here. Comments are threaded or have the option to be threaded, and they have a lot of options. And so if we open up the blog appearance pane here, just to sort of get it nice and wide, we'll see some different things. You'll see that there are even and odd comments, and so we can say, well, we want all the odd comments to have their own particular style. Now, the default comments are threaded, and so you'll also see that there are even and odd thread styles. As I select these, you can see that SiteGrinder is selecting for example, the even threads, which are 2 even threads, and then it's also selecting the even and odd comments. Once you've got threading going on, it's a little harder to keep track of what is even, what's odd, because they interweave this way. We're mirroring the same way that WordPress does this sort of thing. Another thing that you'll want to, if you're planning on having threaded comments, is there's the different depths of the comments, so that we can we can alter these based on their depth. And this is pretty useful. So you may want to, for example, make a new style. I'll say the depth 2 comments. I'm going to make a new style and just call it deeper here. And I'm going to add a bit of margin maybe to the left side of these. So let's move these a little over 15 on the left. So there we go. So now we've padded them out, or maybe make that a little clearer. Use a 25 here. There we go. And so now you can see that if you're looking on the right-hand side, that the deeper comments have now moved a little over to the right. And I can do the same here. I can apply depth 3. I can apply this same style to even drive them a little further out. And then the depth 4, I'll just make them yet even deeper. So now, as the threads are going down, you can see that the comments are moving farther and farther over to the right, on the right-hand side, so that we're moving them over to the right as we move. We could also change the colors, do all these sorts of things. So there's a lot of different styles you can do here. Comments are configurable, so we can open the comments and we can turn on or off whether or not they're actually going to support threaded comments. So if we turn that off, then the comments are just going to be all displayed, like you see here, flat, and they're not going to be threaded. So there's just the depth. The depth things don't do anything anymore, and now you can just turn them even or odd, things like that. Hopefully this has made some sense. There's a lot of stuff to play with in the Design Manager, but again, we just have the comments block It gives you a comments block. The design manager exposes all the other sorts of things, the even and the odd, the different depths, as well as a lot of the other things that you can set with this. And hopefully this was helpful.